Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. MotoGP veteran Marc Marquez faced both highs and lows at the Thailand Grand Prix in Buriram. Despite a promising start that showed his potential to clinch victory, Marquez crashed out mid-race while pursuing Francesco Bagnaia. Here's a breakdown of what happened. Tensions have flared in the MotoGP paddock following a collision between Marc Marquez and Joan during the Thai Grand Prix, leading Mir to openly criticize MotoGP's stewards for what he calls an over-the-limit incident. Mir believes the penalty imposed on Marquez was inadequate and inconsistent with previous decisions. In a high-stakes race at the Thailand Grand Prix, Pecco Bagnaia clinched his 9th victory of the season, closing the points gap to 17 behind championship leader Jorge Martín. Despite the challenging conditions, Bagnaia's focused performance and mental resilience were key to his success, as he detailed to Manuel Pecino after the race. Andrea Iannone, once banned from MotoGP, will make his grand return at the Malaysian Grand Prix with the VR46 Ducati team, replacing the injured Fabio Di Gianantonio. This comeback has sparked excitement, with VR46 Racing and Ducati officials praising the Italian's determination and skill. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Marquez, known for his aggressive style, admitted that he might have been too eager to overtake Bagnaia, pushing himself into a critical error. After showing impressive speed in the first half of the race, Marquez was fighting closely with Bagnaia before he crashed on lap 14 at turn 8. "We were the fastest today, but now, 2 or 3 hours after the race, maybe we weren't patient enough in that moment of the race. I was doing always a bit the elastic during the race, and on that second attack I saw that I was much faster." Quote from Marquez. Marquez explained that he had been looking for an opportunity to make a clear pass, especially at turn 12, a spot where he could get close enough to Bagnaia. However, he noted that a slight misjudgment in his approach led him to lose control. "Just 1.5 degrees more in that corner, turn 8, and I lose the front. I couldn't save, was very close. We are humans, we do mistakes, and today it was my turn." While the Buriram circuit offers several hard-braking zones, Marquez emphasized that only turn 12 provided a realistic passing opportunity. Bagnaia's Ducati GP24 had strong corner exit traction, making it challenging for Marquez to overtake him on other parts of the track. "In all the other break points I arrived too late, too far. On that turn 12, we were coming back from slow corners, and that is where I had better feeling, and I was catching him a lot." According to Marquez, his performance in sectors 3 and 4 was his strength, but the opportunity to overtake remained elusive due to Bagnaia's superior corner exits. Marquez also commented on the differences between his current GP23 bike and Bagnaia's updated GP24. Although he acknowledged that the GP24 has enhancements, Marquez felt that his GP23 was still capable of winning at Buriram. "The GP24 in some areas is a strong evolution, but I don't ride the GP24, and for sure, my GP23 bike today was ready to win. I felt good." He added that while the GP24's rear ride height device provided an edge, he looks forward to utilizing this upgrade next season. Despite losing his rear brake in the incident, Marquez was quick to regain momentum, setting his fastest first sector on the very next lap after his crash. This resilience reminded Marquez of past victories where speed was not always the deciding factor. "Sometimes, we won without being the fastest one, but today we were the fastest one but we did a mistake. These things happen," Marquez concluded. Reflecting on both his speed and his error in Thailand, Marc Marquez remains optimistic about his pace and potential as the season moves forward. While the win slipped away, his performance has bolstered his confidence for future races. During the wet conditions of the 26-lap Thai Grand Prix, Marc Marquez found himself battling through the pack after an earlier crash, which set the stage for a collision with Joan at turn 3. Márquez, attempting to overtake Mir for 15th place, made contact and forced Mir off track. The MotoGP stewards handed Márquez a one-position drop penalty. However, Márquez only complied after overtaking Takaki Nakagami, meaning Mir never regained his lost position. A bit on the limit? No. Over the limit, Mir asserted, comparing the incident to a similar clash in Jerez earlier this season. Mir's frustration stemmed not only from the collision but from the decision of the stewards, which he feels was too lenient. It's true that, the people that get paid for this, it's not possible that they don't see. And what happened with me? I lost 3 positions when you hit me. Mir, who dropped 3 positions after the collision, criticized the inconsistency in penalties for similar incidents. He believes that when one rider causes another to lose multiple positions, a long lap penalty would be more appropriate. For me, the most logical thing to do is a long lap. Long lap and you lose the positions that you probably made me lose. Márquez, on his part, accepted the penalty but defended his actions, stating that he was riding parallel with Mir when they made contact. Mir's race had shown promise, with the Honda rider starting from 19th and quickly working his way up the field. But he faced a sudden performance drop with about 10 laps remaining, struggling to maintain grip and falling back. The thing is that something happened in the last 10 laps. I was not able to stay on the bike at all. It's a shame because I put from my back everything that I could. Reflecting on his competitive start, Mir said he was already fighting to reach the top 10 by the 3rd lap, making the late race struggles all the more disappointing. Then about what happened in the last laps was ridiculous. We will try to understand it to not happen again, Mir concluded. Joan Mir's criticism of the MotoGP stewards highlights a growing debate over consistency in penalty decisions. With further analysis into both his and Márquez's performance at Buriram, Mir is hoping to iron out the issues ahead of the next race. Bagnaia credited his team and the mental preparation that went into the race. The Italian spoke about the importance of the victory in such a difficult moment, especially after losing ground to Martín in the sprint race the day before. I am very proud and happy. I want to dedicate this success to my team. This morning, after the warm-up, we sat down to analyze what had happened because I was missing something, in braking and in the corners. On a mental level, this victory is important for me. Quote from Bagnaia. Bagnaia acknowledged the importance of maintaining focus, especially with the championship at stake. With only 2 races left, every point counts in the race against Martín. Bagnaia acknowledged the fierce competition between himself and Martín, emphasizing how closely matched they are this season. Despite the rivalry, he respects Martín's skill and strength on the track. We are the 2 strongest riders. Even if he won all the remaining races, he would still be champion and always finish second, but I don't see that happening, either for me nor for him. We will see how it goes. I see him strong as always. The Italian is optimistic, but he knows he will need to push himself to the limit if he wants to secure the championship. Bagnaia admitted that he was hoping for dry conditions on race day, as he was aware of the added risks of racing in the rain. However, his confidence grew after warm-up, helping him focus and manage the track's tricky conditions. On the way to the circuit, I crossed my fingers for it to stop, but it didn't work and I had to accept it. At this stage of the championship, I mustn't make any mistakes. It's not easy, and in the wet it's even worse. His strategy paid off, allowing him to navigate the wet track with minimal risk. Bagnaia's race with Marc Marquez was intense, with the Italian acknowledging Márquez's speed and skill. Despite Márquez having an edge in some areas, Bagnaia used his advantage in traction to maintain his lead and secure the win. Fighting with Marc is not easy, also because he was faster than me, but it was too important to win today. I braked very hard in the last corner to not give him much chance to attack me. Bagnaia explained that he could even hear Márquez's engine behind him, making him aware of just how close the battle was. Bagnaia shared his reaction to Jorge Martín's crash, which he witnessed on a trackside screen. Though it provided an opportunity to gain points, he was focused on maintaining his own pace. I saw it immediately because there was a giant screen at the exit of turn 9, and I saw him on the ground. The first thing I thought was that I would have gained less than 9 points on Martín," Bagnaia concluded. With the victory in Thailand, Pecco Bagnaia has reinforced his place as a top contender in the championship. With only 2 races remaining, Bagnaia's mental fortitude and focus will be crucial as he continues his battle with Jorge Martín for the title. VR46 Ducati's Andrea Iannone is set to replace Fabio Di Giannantonio for the remainder of the 2024 season, starting with the Malaysian GP. Di Giannantonio is sidelined after a shoulder injury he sustained at the Austrian Grand Prix, which requires surgery. Iannone expressed gratitude for the opportunity to rejoin MotoGP after his 4-year ban. "Riding the world champion bike is exciting. MotoGP is the most technological and high-performance bike. I'm honored that they thought of me, and I felt like I had to say yes to this opportunity immediately as soon as it was offered to me." Quote from Iannone. While Iannone has not competed in MotoGP since 2019, his successful rookie season with Ducati and World SBK shows he's still highly competitive. Iannone's last MotoGP season ended in 2019 following a doping suspension that disqualified him from the Malaysian and Valencia GPs. Despite defending himself by claiming the banned substance was from contaminated meat, his appeal was denied, and his ban extended to 4 years. This penalty ended ahead of the 2024 season, allowing him to transition to World Superbike with Go 11 Ducati, where he showcased his talent with a strong season finish. VR46 team director Gio Salucci welcomed Iannone's return to MotoGP with open arms, highlighting the Italian's strong ties with Ducati and the VR46 family. Salucci and Valentino Rossi have long maintained a close friendship with Iannone, and the VR46 team is thrilled to bring him aboard the Desmosedici GP. Andrea has shown to be in great shape. He closed the World SBK season on a high, and has always remained close to Ducati. He is a great friend of the VR46 family, both mine and Vale's. Quote from Salucci. The VR46 team expressed its best wishes to Di Giannantonio, who will undergo surgery soon, with hopes for his return to MotoGP in 2025. Andrea Iannone's return to MotoGP, bolstered by VR46 and Ducati, marks an exciting twist for the season's closing races. With his commitment and Ducati's championship pedigree, Iannone aims to make his mark once again at the highest level. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you in the next video.